Okay, hi guys, it's Joetron here, and today I've got another addition to the Joemamacast. Very highly requested that we did another episode, which is great because me and Ben, we really didn't think we'd get as much support and as much like views and stuff on these videos.
Yeah,
So we're
it was
very
really
very
good.
happy with the feedback that we've gotten. A big elephant in the room here. The the graphics and the general just kind of like background of the podcast. A lot of
Right,
people.
anybody who thinks there should be visuals for a podcast are just stupid, honestly. Do they not know what a podcast is?
Right,
A
but
podcast is a piece of audio.
basically, in my opinion, a podcast is to be listened to, not to be watched. So
Exactly.
if anyone watches listens to this podcast and thinks that there should be like anything other than audio that is
Well, you
interesting,
could at least put some visuals about what you're talking about. Shut up.
we can't. Okay, chill, bro, chill.
Okay.
So, another thing, we were kind of like planning on doing this weekly. That's kind
Yeah,
of gone
that's
out the
not happening.
window. It's a lot harder. Not generally because, well, a lot of the reason being because we're very busy, but also I just really could not be bothered.
Mhm.
It's a lot harder to make a podcast than just coming up with things to say. A lot of it is kind of just battling it and just like telling yourself you are going to be doing something for this set amount of time. You know what I mean? Whether you just gotta like commit to it almost. There's
Yeah.
nothing like you don't just say things off the top of your mind, which I am right now. But
Well,
yeah. So
okay.
I'm very happy that a lot of people wanted this podcast, which is just great in my opinion.
I feel more energized than last time. I'm not just going to be saying yeah for the first 10 minutes. I'm getting more involved. Okay, Joe,
Due to constructive criticism, what?
you've recently reinstalled GTA. What's that like?
Right. I'm not gonna lie, right? If you don't have GTA, it's just kind of like what's the word? It's just
What you
one of the
doing?
games that you have to have. It's like
I'm pretty sure I don't know anybody who hasn't played GTA 5.
exactly. But like the thing is, if you don't have GTA 5, I'm pretty sure most 3-year-olds have GTA 5 at this point. So just grow
Exactly.
up, okay? Just grow up. You're actually stupid.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well, personally,
reinstalling.
I believe I've verified my game files. I've got it back up and working. We've been doing some online together.
Yeah,
It's
it does
extremely
it
fun.
does feel great just to get back into it. I remember playing GTA a lot, just being bored because I had nothing else to
Yeah.
do. Just it's one of those games you can just sit back and do nothing, just mess around on. You don't even really think about what you're doing.
Sorry.
Ben! What have I said? Okay,
Any-
yeah.
okay.
Basically,
So, yeah.
along the lines of the podcast, once again, it's a lot of fun, kind of spilling everything you've got out into a recording. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It is actually really nice to think that, even like this is kind of like benefiting us in a way, and at the same time, it's benefiting others by entertaining people.
Yeah.
Which is great to just think of, honestly. But yeah,
Well, a lot of our video of Boys Day Out did not get anything good
yeah,
comments about it at all.
yeah.
It's too short. It wasn't worth the wait.
Honestly,
I,
right?
fa-
I think
I
that was a
had fun
great
making it.
video.
Yeah, we had a nice day out. I just didn't think there was more footage that could be in other than you falling down a hill on a mini rocker.
Yeah, exactly. But
But
yeah, it had the Joetron
yeah,
face reveal.
had the Joetron
Everything you
face
could
reveal, had
need.
my
Everything you
had
could
my
need.
shoe reveal.
Yeah, exactly. Those
It,
shoes,
it
Ben's shoes.
perfect. And
Exactly.
so anybody who thinks Boys Day Out is bad, you're
Die.
wrong. You're wrong.
Your
I wouldn't say
family
die.
dislikes you,
No.
and you should go
So
to a ditch and
Joe,
suffocate.
Joe,
I'm getting over the top. Okay, I'm
you
very
all
protective of the videos. These videos get lots of love put into them. Okay,
we do like these videos a lot.
but yeah,
So
so we were supposed to have a guest on this, and his
yeah,
name.
turns out he just
We're not
doesn't.
right. Okay. We're not gonna tell his name because we don't want him to get any attention. He's just a bit of a batty boy.
Okay, well, turns out 08 Deviljack of Twitch.tv
Okay.
is not very good in the podcast situation.
Yeah, he stays silent for half an hour. Yeah, it's just great.
It
That.
was basically me on the first episode. But this episode's going to be a bit shorter, as we feel 51 minutes is a bit lengthy, so we're going to try and aim for 30 minutes.
We're gonna try not to involve religion this time as much anyways. Oh. So as a member of the UK,
yeah,
what is your opinion on Brexit?
Basically, again, from last episode, we don't know anything really about politics.
Also, can I just say, right? It's a lot like the Donald Trump kind of situation with Boris Johnson, where everyone blindlessly hates them. Like, there's probably reason to dislike him, but a lot of people are very uneducated in the ways that they dislike him. Like, it's just kind of like they don't even like know anything about him. They just hate him because everyone else hates them.
Those darn left-wing liberals changing innocent people's minds. But Brexit, yeah, it should either happen, not happen. It shouldn't have like extensions on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having Coke Zero.
You know what I find great? You know what I find great? We're on a podcast with people under the age of 18 talking about Brexit.
Yeah.
What have we become? We're young boomers.
Young boomers, so Zoomers.
No, we're young boomers. There's a difference.
Oh, we're Zoomer boomers.
But yeah, so a lot of like, okay, just moving swiftly on from Brexit to gaming, right?
Swiftly on.
I've found right, a lot of people haven't played like the basic games, including stuff like GTA. Like they haven't played stuff like Half-Life, which I feel like obviously the reason why most people haven't played it is because they play on console. Console, you don't get half.
Okay.
You get half the enjoyment, man.
Yeah, I would say consoles are both better and worse than a PC. Many ways, not getting into that. We kind of got into it last episode, but I'll admit it, I haven't played fully any Half-Life game. I've only played the start because I'm not into those types of games.
Yeah. I feel like with console, the thing is, if you just kind of want to play games, you don't want to get into computing. You don't want to know about computers, and you just want to play games, and you don't want to faff on. Then consoles are the way to go. You know what I mean? They have everything kind of set up and whatever you need just done. You know what I mean? That you don't need to build anything. Don't even make sure anything's fixed or nothing's broken.
I would say that's why I delayed myself from getting a PC for so long, because I was worried if I couldn't handle it.
But yeah, to an extent, I can see why somebody would just get a console instead of a PC. In the situation where they were just wanting to play games, they didn't really want anything else. I mean, they've got like iPads and laptops and that, so they don't really need to, you know what I mean, for like YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, but like now that I've actually got a PC, I know that it basically does all the work for you if you get it pre-built. I know a lot of people get custom built ones, or they do it themselves just so they have that extra bit of security. I got mine pre-built and it just works fine. Yeah.
The thing is, right, it's actually really kind of over like thingied how hard it is to actually build a PC, because it's really literally it's just like a big jigsaw. It's not anything like you can't get anything absolutely terribly wrong, because otherwise it just wouldn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it just wouldn't fit. It wouldn't do it. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't be a PC at that point. So it's like you can't exactly get anything wrong to the point where you'd break it. So you don't. The point I'm trying to make, basically, right? PC, it's worth it. Even if you're gonna get a pre-built, it's worth it. I'd say.
Yeah.
Over like Xbox and PS. Another thing, including consoles, there's a lot of developments being made on consoles throughout the modern era. It's like the PS5, which I haven't heard anything about it at all. All I know is
it's gonna be about 800 quid, and it's releasing next Christmas.
It's a new iPhone. Next Christmas.
I think it's either next Christmas or this Christmas, but something got announced today.
What's this?
Overwatch 2.
Oh yeah. I was like, I didn't really look that far into it. I just literally saw like the earliest
It just
recordings of
looks
the
like
trailers.
Overwatch 1.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in it at all, to be honest.
honestly, the only thing that I think they're trying to do is just trying to get a quick cash grab and just try to grab their attention again.
Well, that is Blizzard, to be honest.
Yeah, but like, there's no real way. There's no real way that they can bring what like Overwatch was back into
Yeah,
what like you know what I mean?
because Overwatch 1, it had been developed over loads of time. People were hyped for it. And then it came out and it was a great success. This one, I've never heard anything about Overwatch 2 until today.
Yeah, I don't think it was a great idea. Other than the fact to just get some money. It
Yeah.
like if they try to make a long time game, it's not. It's
Well, I
not
think
really.
it's just Blizzard wants money after their
Yeah.
recent situations with certain countries'
Yeah.
governments. Not gonna get
Um.
into that.
So another thing to do with games and Blizzard. So Activision is obviously partnered with Blizzard, and with that comes Modern Warfare. Now,
That was a Blizzard game.
well, Activision is partnered with Blizzard, so it was on like the Blizzard launcher when it was in the beta.
I didn't know.
I played some of it. If it's gonna be anything like it is in the actual game, it's not gonna be good, because legitimately it's really buggy, which obviously has room for improvement. You know what I mean? It's not always gonna just be buggy for its whole lifespan.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's gonna be anything like that, it was buggy. It just didn't make sense. Half of it, like they were just trying. It just felt like they were trying to like make the old games, but like just were failing.
I've never really been interested in the Call of Duties. I would only really play on it if it came with the console, if I just
Yeah,
found a spare disc for it. But apparently what I've heard is Modern Warfare is apparently extremely good. I'm still not a huge fan. So when I got my PS4, it came with Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, and that was fine. I played on it. I wouldn't have went out and bought it,
yeah,
but I enjoyed it and played it a lot. I'm not a huge fan of CODs or
yeah.
Battlefield.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like the only real time that I've have played any kind of COD was Black Ops 2, and
Oh yeah,
that was basically the only game I played on my
that's
PS3.
that's the only COD game I've went out and bought.
Yeah, that was literally the only game I played. Like I would literally sit there on my floor playing deathmatch over and over and over again, and I didn't even know that there was any other game mode or anything like that. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember uh, being a little boy and getting really angry because I was terrible at it. So every time I would go on Black Ops 2, would never go online. I would always load up my own, put the bot on the easiest that can be, and just give me all the weapons.
Yeah,
So I would have the Remington shotgun and the shield,
yeah.
and that would just be my strategy.
I remember what I used to do is I'd have a friend over and would just play against like something like 30 bots or something. And at the time, I didn't know that we were playing against bots. So I thought we were just destroying these people, and I was like, how are these people that bad? And then I realized they were bots, and I just felt absolutely stupid. Even at the
I've just
age of
found
like
out the
9 or something.
ketchup I've been eating, well, not eating directly, but having food with, it went out of date 2 months ago.
That's only something you would do. Does it taste any different from what you know?
No, I did today with my takeaway. I had a pizza,
I don't know.
so that
Well,
was
there
nice.
you go. Just have tomato sauce, no matter how far outdated it is. That's what you got from this, from
Uh,
watching for this long.
I had my first real experience of a big brand podcast today. So
Yeah,
there
I
was
was actually just about to bring that up.
there was a little workshop in our area from the BBC, and one of the sections of it was podcasting. And when you have to write a podcast and create a name, create what it's about and stuff within an hour, it can get quite hectic. But I would say our group, we got up there. We were the first ones to go up. They had a proper like soundboard and stuff. I had a proper soundboard and
But
stuff.
yeah, I
That
thought.
was okay. Then cut me off. It's fine.
Shh. Just keep speaking. Then. Keep speaking. Keep speaking.
So there was proper big brand mics. There was sound effects I was using. I was selecting the mics so people talk to. But I didn't enjoy it that much as what I do here because I think the selecting of the mics ruins the podcast because then you don't get experiences like we just had where people talk over each other. It seems more selected.
Yeah, like I feel like I could never really imagine having an actual like proper what's the word?
Set up in the same
Like
room.
yeah, a proper like set up
Studio.
studio kind of thing. I couldn't imagine that. I'm too used to kind of like
Just talking
just
to your
sitting in
friends
my
over
bedroom.
Discord.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be so bizarre actually being in real life. But speaking of mics, it just would feel so like off-putting.
Yeah.
I just feel like it would be so strange if we're actually like if we got to that position somehow with
I would say
podcasts.
the most improvements we would make with this one is we would get better mics.
Yeah. But like, yeah, that's just kind of weird to think. Just having a whole room dedicated to a podcast.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't feel right. It probably would like lose its authentic vibe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Relatability.
It wouldn't feel as like, you know, like just two normal people. It wouldn't feel like that. It would feel more kind of like two people
feel
who are trying
instead of two yeah,
to make
instead of two
entertainment.
friends, it'll sound like two colleagues.
Yeah. Or like two people who are doing it for a job and aren't doing it just to like just for fun.
Like we started this because we had interesting conversations and we wanted to record them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say the experience there was good, but I didn't like the whole premise of it. And at the end, they were like, "Oh, what did you think of it?" And we expressed those views on it, and they thought they were good points. But I have to say that workshop there, free cookies, crisps, and water. So
Free water, wow.
your,
That sounds so sick.
your boy chowed down.
But yeah.
So that was fun. But as mentioned last episode, KSI v Logan Paul is coming quicker and quicker. Turns out it's only in 8 days.
Really?
Well, at the time of recording, it's only in 8 days.
Seriously?
November 9th. It's currently Friday, 1st of November.
Yeah, this is like this one's like nowhere near as hyped as what the other one was.
Yeah, but it just came too quick, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. There was no hype. There was no kind of build up to it. I feel like there'll be a lot less kind of like people turning up since it's more kind of like money based than it was kind of like two YouTubers fighting. I mean,
definitely more money based.
The last one was obviously mainly for money, but there was like a kind of there was kind of like
There's still a sense that KSI v Logan were organising it.
Yeah, and they were doing it like as an actual fight.
To see who would win.
They weren't doing
but now
it like...
it seems like Eddie Hearn just wants money.
Yeah.
And so he's putting them against each other to get said money.
I don't think like people like him really understand the kind of YouTube thing and how people like actually are invested in it and do want to watch it. They don't just want to like they're not just kind of like looking out of the corner of their eye. They're not very interested. You know what I mean? They will actually be watching it, and like they don't want professional boxers on the undercard with Logan Paul and KSI as like the actual fighters. It just doesn't seem right. It's not.
Well,
it's not natural.
It's like they're actually classing it as a big brand fight, which I don't think should be. It should have its own championship. It shouldn't be mixed in with like all these boxes. I don't know which boxes. But I don't think it. I think it should have its own thing. It should be on YouTube, not on Sky.
But is it on Sky?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they've got DAZN in America looking after it, and then they've got Sky here looking after it.
That just doesn't feel right. It's not. They're not TV stars. They're people who've been on YouTube for years. Well, Logan Paul really hasn't as much, but he just
he's been quite infamous over the past few years.
Yeah, but like the YouTubers, they're not like people who are on TE. Can I just say, right, if anyone's actually watched to this point, like applause and fears.
Thanks.
Because that's just like.
Because most people watch the first 5 minutes and then just base us off those first 5 minutes. But if you
Yeah.
actually get 20 minutes in, which is officially now,
And that's when
19,
things
whatever.
kick off. We go about religion.
But I would say about the channel. So we never intended it to be all podcasts. We obviously made a mistake in naming the channel because we don't want it to all be podcasts. We want to put in 10-second clips of fart noises, goodbye, and two Joes with a goodbye thing. We want gameplay.
I feel like it's just generally our group with like kind of not just us but like with our friends who we play with daily basically.
Yeah.
Who we just hang about with in just funny scenarios that happen throughout those.
Yeah.
We're not really basing it completely on podcasts and completely on official stuff, just kind of like random clips and that might make someone laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like we mostly play games all day, and we have a lot of fun making them.
It's like
playing them.
We do also like go out and stuff surprisingly. In that,
yeah, surprisingly.
And funny things do happen during those times, like the Boys' Day Out, which is
a masterpiece once again.
Yeah. I just don't feel like we should just base it on podcasts, and a lot of people do expect us just to do that, which is kind of like, first of all, if we don't just base it on podcasts, most likely you'll get more kind of content, whether it's like content that you like or not, you still get content. You know what I mean? You don't have to watch it. The main stuff still happens, but like it's like the amount of podcasts would be equal to the amount that we would do if we didn't just do random clips and that. So it's not like you're missing out on stuff for random clips if you pick up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, but like we have a lot of fun times a lot of the time.
Yeah, just feel like a lot of it's wasted. Well, not wasted, but it could be quite funny.
Yeah.
By the way, you don't need to worry, Ben, if you can hear us. You can just cut this out.
Okay, I'm back.
By the way, let's have a little break, right? Because I feel like we'll cut that out.
Okay.
You breathe out. Okay, we're back from that small break, and we're back with a hot topic known as Halloween and all the like holidays that are yet to come. So basically, my main opinion on Halloween, like, this isn't very popular, but generally I just dislike it, for the reason being, like, I don't really want little
people
kids
knocking at your door,
and also people who are the same age as knocking on my door and threatening to throw eggs at my window. Okay, I don't want that, and I think I should be respected for that. Okay, you can have your opinions.
I would say I'm neutral on it. I'm not. I obviously don't go trick or treating anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
if people come to my house and we don't have sweets, we just turn off the lights, pretend we're not in.
I mean,
but yeah.
I feel like the only real good side of it is just generally like the shops kind of change in a way, like that they obviously sell more sweets and stuff, and just
you get loads of sweets for quite cheap.
Yeah, just that's basically the only kind of good thing about it, in my opinion. It's not a great deal that I like about it. Like,
oh, I've got a good Halloween story.
What?
So basically last year, I was out. I had a terrible costume. I couldn't think of a costume, so I went to Asda. I just bought a cheap mask. But at the end of the day, we all went back to Asda for the cafe in it, just to have some chips. And while we were having those chips, it was that late. They were taking down the Halloween decorations and putting up the Christmas ones.
Really?
It was still on October. Yeah, it was on October 31st. It was around 8 o'clock. They were taking the Halloween decorations down. They were
Jesus,
putting mini Santas up. So
that's insane.
yeah. So Asda sort it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether it does it in like other countries where basically the like adverts and stuff start like I've seen like adverts after Christmas, like in January, like 30th up to I think. I've literally seen like Christmas adverts saying stuff like save up for next year and just generally like or
What is it? Is it the like park adverts, whatever? Because that's when they come out. Because you save up during the year for the next Christmas, Joe.
it's that right, and there's other ones which actually have like proper.
I think you're just
No, no,
incorrect,
no,
Joe.
no, no. I'm just saying, right? There has been things after Christmas, which is advertising things about Christmas. I'm telling you. You can believe it if you want to, but I'm telling you. Okay?
But yeah. So it's basically from now on. It goes like it's just a straight line. Then it goes up for bonfire night slightly. And there's I don't know if it's before or after bonfire night, the children in need thing. So all the
Yeah.
schools will be fundraising that and stuff. And then like it's just blank from like bonfire night until Christmas, and then it just slowly gains more and more Christmas effort. I believe Christmas one of the best things ever, and I feel like people who can't do it because of religion and
Yeah.
but people can't do it. I feel like they should still just have a nice time in the yeah, maybe not support it,
Yeah.
maybe not deny it, but just
Christmas is
chill.
kind of weird because I don't want to sound like a boomer here, right? But
No.
like a lot of people just kind of have like Christmas is like gifts basically. It's not.
Well, that's what it is for me. We don't
It is
really
for
care
me
about
too. It is for me.
the
But
birth of
like,
Christ.
I just kind of find it funny how like even though I basically have no interest in the actual origins of Christmas, but I still like celebrate it. It's kind of
Yeah,
it's kind of weird if you think about it how that's kind of like normalized. I mean, I'm not like Jesus Christ man, 445, but you know, I just think it's kind of weird.
but but going back slightly before, people's reception of the podcasts, well, the channel in general, they've been extremely mixed. People have said that I found it extremely funny, found it quite interesting.
Yeah.
Some people said it's rubbish, it's boring, you shouldn't do more.
I feel like I feel like the people who do say that I don't want to like just say it's like you know like it's not useful at all and well it is kind of that's kind of unuseful but it's like it's just those kind of people like do that on purpose just kind of like something different bad basically
Yeah, like people having fun
but
is bad.
yeah I it's quite cool that a lot of people actually thought it was good.
Yeah, and a lot
It's
of people
honestly
have
a
been
surprise
anticipating
because
this episode. Yeah,
I just kind of expected it to get about 10 views and maybe like a couple of comments just kind of like having a laugh with her from like friends and that.
yeah. No,
I didn't really
I'll
expect like
watch it.
apparently the first video, the trailer, is over 100 views now,
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that now.
which is
So,
kind of unbelievable to
the
me.
teaser trailer has 105 views. Joemamacast
How
number one
many
has 79
how many
views.
likes does it have for the teaser trailer?
16.
Really? That's quite a few.
16 and no dislikes. The podcast has 10 likes, no 2 dislikes, and the boys stay out 40 views, 10 likes, no dislikes,
Yeah.
41 views now.
The weird thing is, in the first day, it got about 9 likes, and nobody said anything apart from like Jack in the comments saying, where is podcast number 2?" And that's it. That's like all the. But then when we did come back to like school and that, there was kind of like outrage that it wasn't the
Yeah,
podcast.
I thought it had a warm reception when it first came up because nobody really complained about
Yeah,
it.
I did
But then
actually
it's,
quite enjoy that video. I thought it was pretty cool.
well, we were all having fun on a Discord call, and I thought I'll open this up in the background.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, honestly.
I don't think it was meant to be the next
I,
Joemamacast
I didn't
podcast.
feel
I
like it
just thought
needed to be.
yeah, it was like filler in between number 1 and
Yeah,
number 2.
I didn't think it needed to be art. And I think it is
Yeah.
art, in fact. But you
Yeah,
know,
it is a masterpiece.
personal preference.
I saw my first Christmas ad today. It was
Really?
an Aldi one, and I actually giggled at it. So do you know how Aldi has Kevin the carrot?
Yeah.
It was an ad, and it was these sprouts walking down like a Victorian era English road, and they all had like grandfather caps on, and it was like uh basically they're hunting Kevin the carrot, and they're called the Leafy Blinders. So
I heard something about that today.
I found that quite funny. But it's the
Wait, say that again. You like that? Oh
oh
god.
sorry, it's the 1st of November.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think there should be a Christmas
that
ad
is
on the
kind of
1st.
ridiculous, honestly. I mean, you gotta slip those in while you can. You gotta slip in those Christmas ads while you can.
I guess.
You gotta get some
But
early digs.
yeah, again, a lot of the reasons we haven't done the podcast is we've been busy. There's tons of stuff going on right now. But we're like about to dive in headfirst into GCSE stuff. So we've
Yeah,
got loads of preparing to do. We've got to think about what we actually want to do in life, which is a whole different question. But I would say people have been asking for it. Nobody's really been well. I say nobody's really been forced for it. Some people have, but I would say I'm I'm quite happy with what's happened so
yeah.
far.
It is kind of a weird time to start doing it, and it's literally just before I started doing it properly. Just before when this kind of point hit, where like everything was kind of like going a bit mental, and everything was kind of like a bit
Going
tricky.
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and just generally everything started starting and that.
yeah,
It's kind of weird to think that like quite soon we will like in fact we've like basically properly started for GCSEs. So yeah, that is kind of strange. Also I feel like it would be really interesting to kind of pursue some sort of like um content creation in the future. Not necessarily as a job, but like more professionally in a way.
yeah.
Like maybe not podcasts even, maybe
Well,
editing or
apparently, well, yeah. But I would say we haven't been able to do it every week. I wouldn't have said that. We haven't been doing it. Some days we just don't feel happy enough to do it.
yeah.
But today, I would say we've actually been in quite good moods. We thought let's do what we can.
Like it can literally be like we would psych ourselves up all week for it, and then the night is just like we're not doing it. Like we both
Yeah,
agree just then and there we're not doing it, because
yeah.
with that we just can't be bothered. We've been
With
like
that emotionally drained.
yeah, we've just been told by so many people to do it for that whole week, and then bang, just don't even do it.
Yeah, raise people's hopes and then
But yeah, so that is kind of like the guided time that we were looking for, half an hour.
yeah. So I would say if you've watched this far, I'd say thank you. Stay safe. That's it from Ben Richardson. I mean your boy Ben. Uh, what about Joe Trump?
Yeah, don't die, lol, bye.